Hi everyone, today our topic is multiples. What are multiples? Multiples are numbers you get by repeated addition, or a multiple of a number is the result you get when you multiply the number by whole numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Here repeated addition or repeated multiplication both are same because multiplication means repeated addition. Is it clear? Just for example, take number 5. Take number 5 and add 5 again and again. Then we get 5 implies 5 plus 5 implies 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus implies 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 and so on. Here we add 5 in every next step. So we get 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on. Here is the process is repeated addition. Repeated addition. Here below we write 5 table. Therefore 5 into 1 is equal to 5. 5 2s are 10. 5 3s are 15. 5 4s are 20 and so on. Here in the result we observe 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on. These are the multiples of 5. These are the multiples of 5. Is it clear? Again I repeat. Here above the process is repeated addition. In that process we add 5 in every next step. So then we get the result 5, 10, 15 and 20. Here below I draw the 5 table. Then in the 5 table result we get 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on as the answers. So these are the 5 multiples. Next, take another number 6. 6, add 6 again and again. Then we get 6 implies 6 plus 6 implies 6 plus 6 plus 6 implies 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 implies and so on. Then we get the answers 6, 6 plus 6 12, 6 plus 6 plus 6 18 and implies 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to 24, then implies and so on. Here is the process is called repeated addition. Is called repeated addition. What results we get? 6, 12, 18, 24 and so on. Then we draw the 6 table. 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24 and so on. Here in the result we get answers 6, 12, 18, 24 and so on. These are called multiples of 6. These are called multiples of 6. Those are also called multiples of 6. But these we get repeated addition. Here we get through table form. So these are called multiples of 6. In those two process, which is the earliest method? The the tabular form. I mean multiplication form is the fastest form. So we use multiples, then find fast addition. Is it clear? Next we discuss about why do we learn multiples. Why do we learn multiples? The first one is to count fast. To count fast, instead of adding again and again, we use multiples. For example, counting by 6. Counting by 6. Therefore, in repeated addition, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to how much? 24. This is slow way. And 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 6 threes are 18, 6 fours are 24. These are called multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18, 24 and so on. So, in those two processes, which is the earliest method? The multiples form is the earliest method. So, if you want to count fast the numbers, then we have to use multiples instead of repeated addition. And the next one, to make equal groups. To make equal groups. For example, 1 kg onions. 1 kg onions is equal to 25 rupees and 2 kg onions is equal to 2 into 25 is equal to 50 rupees. And also 3 kg of onions is equal to 3 into 25 is equal to 75 rupees. And 4 kgs of onions is equal to 4 into 25 is equal to 100 rupees and so on. Here we do equal groups. 1 kg of onions 25, then 2 kgs of onions 2 into 25. Also 3 kgs of onions is equal to 3 into 25. Also 4 kgs of onions is equal to 4 into 25. So we use multiplication in the situation of making equal groups. Here we observe 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. These are the multiples of 5. And the next, we use multiplication in time calculations. Time calculations. Time often repeats in equal steps like hours, days, minutes. So we use multiples to calculate quickly. For example, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Then find 4 minutes has how many seconds? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Then find 4 minutes is equal to how many seconds? Here 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 2 minutes is equal to 2 into 60 is equal to 120. 3 minutes is equal to 3 into 60 is equal to 180 seconds. And 4 minutes is equal to 4 into 60 is equal to 240. Here we write multiples of 60 is equal to 60, 100, 120, 180 and 240 and so on. Here is the fourth one is 240. Then therefore 4 minutes is equal to 240 seconds. This is the fast and simple method. Another example, 1 week is equal to 7 days. Then find 4 weeks is equal to how many days? Here 1 week is equal to 7 days. 2 weeks is equal to 2 into 7 is equal to 14. 3 weeks is equal to 3 into 7 is equal to 21. 4 weeks is equal to 4 into 7 is equal to 28. And so on. Here we observe the multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28. Here the fourth place we get 28. So our required answer is 4 weeks of 28 days. So which is also fast and easiest method instead of repeated addition. And the next one, counting steps. In the situation of counting steps, we use multiples. For example, if you climb 2 steps at a time, then we get 2, 4, 6, 8 steps we get. Therefore, each jump is multiple of 2. So these are the multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. And the next one, to find LCM. LCM means least common multiple. For example, LCM of 2 and 3 is, therefore, we can write multiples of 2 is 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. And then we write multiples of 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12 and so on. Here we observe 6 is the common multiple of both 2 and 3. Therefore, common multiple of 2 and 3 is 6. So, and this was the least multiple. Therefore, LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. Is it clear? Next one, to understand patterns in a number. Multiples follow a pattern. Pattern means repeated in a fixed way. Repeated in a fixed way. For example, multiples of 3. Multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12 and so on. Here we observe the second multiple, the difference between the second multiple and first multiple is 3. And the difference between third multiple and second multiple is 3. And so on. 3 is the difference between one multiple to another multiple. 3 is the fixed. So multiples follows patterns. Another example, we can write multiples of 5, that implies 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on. Here we observe the difference between the one multiple to another multiple is 5, 5, 5, 5. So 5 is the fixed number. So therefore multiples follow a fixed pattern. Is it clear? Then we discuss about properties of multiples. Properties of multiples. First one, every number has infinite multiples. Every number has infinite multiples. For example, the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and so on infinitive. Also, the multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and so on. These multiples never ends. So we call every number has infinite multiples. And the next one, 0 is a multiple of every number. 0 is a multiple of every number because 5 into 0 is equal to 0 and 9 into 0 is equal to 0 and 7 into 0 is equal to 0. So therefore 0 is the multiple of every number, and then every multiple starts from 0. For example, the multiples of 5 are 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on. And also the multiples of 9 are 0, 9, 18, 27 and so on. And the multiples of 7 are 0, 7, 14, 21, 28 and so on. So in those all cases, the multiples starts from 0 and therefore 0 is a multiple of every number. And next one, every number is a multiple of itself. For example, 6 into 1 is equal to 6 and 7 into 1 is equal to 7 and 8 into 1 is equal to 8 and 9 into 1 is equal to 9. Here we observe that every number is a multiple of itself. Every number is a multiple of itself when we multiply with 1. Is it clear? And the next one, multiples increase as we multiply. Here we already discussed about multiples. Every number has infinite multiples. So multiples increase as we multiply. So multiples increase from one number to another number. For example, the multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 and so on. Here we observe that the second multiple greater than 3 and the third multiple greater than second multiple and the fourth multiple greater than third multiple, and this was going forever up to infinity. So therefore multiples increase as we multiply. They go bigger and bigger infinitely. And the next one, multiples follow a pattern. We also discussed about pattern in the need of multiples. For example, the multiples of 6 is 6, 12, 18, 24. So here we observe that the difference between one multiple to another multiple is equal. Fixed number, that is 6. Another example, the multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on. Here also we observe that the difference between one number to another number is 5. So here 5 is the fixed number. Therefore, multiples follows a pattern. And the next one, if a number is a multiple of another, it is divisible by 8. I repeat again, if number is a multiple of another number, it is divisible by 8. For example, 8 is a multiple of 2. Therefore, 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Here, 8 divisible by 2. Here also one of the example, 9 is a multiple of 3. So we can write 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. Therefore, 9 divisible by 3. Is it clear? Easy to remember for the multiples. Multiples is equal to table of a number. Simply we remember that what are the multiples? Simply multiples is equal to table of a number. For example, we can write the multiples of 2. Therefore, 2 into 1 is equal to 2, 2 into 2 is equal to 4, 2 into 3 is equal to 6, 2 into 4 is equal to 8, 2 into 5 is equal to 10. Here we get the result 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. These are called multiples of 2. These are called multiples of 2. So here, as to this, we can find every number multiples through table of itself. Is it clear? I hope you also understood the multiples topic. If you have any doubt, watch again from the starting. Here below, I give you the some practice questions for your self check. See you later with another new topic. Thank you all.